Yo, what's up, baby? It's a heavy hitter DJ Infared. You know what we doing? Shade 45. You know I bring the stars. I got my brother DDG in the building. What's going on, baby? How you doing?
What's good, man?
Maintaining. So y'all here in LA running around?
Yeah, man.
What you got going on right now?
Right now, I got that new record I'm geeking out right now, so I'm just doing my rounds and stuff. You know how that go.
And that shit is heating up crazy right now. I see it moving. It's in the clubs. It's on the radio. What's going on with you, man? How do you maneuver all these records like this, bro? Because you're like, what, at 1.2 billion streams?
Yeah, something like that. I'm definitely putting the numbers up. I don't know. I'm really just having fun with it. I'm super duper passionate about music, so it's just putting the numbers up is always satisfactory for me.
So where you think like the passion started from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where'd you get your initial start with music?
Since I was a kid, really, my dad was like a local engineer for like a lot of local artists in Pontiac, Michigan. And we had our own little home studio, so me and my brother used to go down there and just mess around and make songs and shit. So from there, that's how I got introduced into music. And then around like 2017, after I dropped out of college and moved to LA, I kind of took it more serious. And then, it just took off for real.
So as far as the engineering and everything, you know your way around the boards and all that then?
I'm not savvy like, most people, but I know how to record myself. My first plaque that I got is a song called Arguments, and I recorded that myself on Logic and in my room, just early in the morning with my drawers on, man. I just woke up and recorded the song, and it ended up going crazy, and I got a plaque on it. So, and that's actually how I got signed too. So I know how to put it together, but I wouldn't say I'm no skilled engineer and I'm mixing and shit. I definitely need to get that skill, but I just haven't had time to learn.
But you know what you want to hear and you know how to get there.
Yeah, like I'm very in tune with the sounds and what sounds good and what beats. My beat selection is crazy, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I got one of the best beat selections in the game.
That's a big deal, because I know a lot of dope artists that can't pick beats to save their life.
Yeah.
You give them a dope beat, they're like, nah, it ain't that one, and then they go pick the garbage beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's crazy though. But how does that feel? Like you making a song in your room, you record it, and then it just blows up like that. That must be amazing.
Yeah, it's dope. It feels organic. It feels like you did it. You know what I mean?
100%.
I know there's a lot of artists out there that they probably go in the studio. They got probably 10, 15 people in there working on one song. I know that's part of the game, but I feel like it's a different type of feeling when you do it all yourself.
1,000,000%. Like, so with your music, who do you like to work with? Since you came up working by yourself mostly. Like, who are your favorite artists that you've worked with so far?
I would say number one would definitely be Blueface. I don't have a lot of friends in the industry, I ain't gonna lie. That's like one of my closest friends in the real world,
Yeah.
outside of entertainment and shit. Like the nigga I might just check up on or something like that, But other than that, like a lot of artists, NLE Chopper, who else? Offset. Like a lot of people that I make records with, I fuck with them in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just, I'm gonna pull up and you just do this and that, or I'm gonna just send this check and you go and do. You know what I mean? It's more so like, we got a connection. We homies in a way.
No, it's crazy because you as an artist, you're not one of them artists that's like in everybody's face all the time. But then when somebody check in on you, they're like, damn, I didn't know he was this popping at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like the people that do know, they hip to it, so it feels real organic. I don't feel like, you get some artists that, they have people that, their marketing is crazy, but then their sales ain't that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like you're not one of them artists. I feel like people that's into you, they really into you. So like with you building your culture, if you got an artist that's coming up, like how would you explain to them the best way to build their culture?
Really just feeding the cult or feeding like the core fan base, and they gonna end up seeding your music out and showing other people and putting you on. Like I feel like that's really the best way. Not trying to get new fans, and it's kind of like me telling myself that too. I got to tell myself that, like, I got to feed the people that already fuck with me, and they gonna end up spreading my name around. And that's how a lot of artists build that cult and they blow up even bigger. I feel like once you got that core fan base and that loyal fan base, it don't matter what you do. You can put out a bad song, they still gonna love it and they still gonna ride for you regardless. Like, if you say the wrong thing about me on the internet, I got fans. They gonna cyberbully you until you get mad. Like, a lot of people be surprised, like, damn, like, man, I didn't know he had fans like that. Like, it's because I got that real core. Like, they really fuck with me.
Nah, and it goes to show when you go to the shows, man. They all come out. Yeah, so like with hard ticket sales and all the things like that. How are your shows right now? How do you feel? You feel like they where you want them to be?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like touring is the only thing that I haven't really, like, as an artist, I can honestly say that's something that I haven't took pride in and really locked in. And like, you know, I'm going out every year. Like, I know a lot of artists that go out for 6 months out of the year and they always on the road. And I don't know if it's because I kind of already had money before I start rapping, you know, from the YouTube shit and all that. And it's not like something that I need to do, but I know it's something that you need to do as an artist. So I only been on like 3-4 tours. I've been on one supporting tour and then I did 2 of my own. So I haven't been outside like that, and that's one of the things that I feel like I definitely got to build. But when I do pop out, it's a big deal.
100%. You know what I mean? I was gonna touch on the LAFC. You know, when I had brought you out to LAFC, how was that experience for you? Because I know you told me that was the first time ever going to a soccer game, and you outside, and the reception was really good, man.
Yeah, it was dope. Like, like I said, like you said, I never been to a soccer game before. So going there and just seeing like the culture and how diehard they fans is, that kind of inspired me. I'm like, damn, I want people to turn up for me like that, you know, painting their faces and shit and all that. But it was definitely a great experience. I didn't even know it was like that for real.
Yeah, I try to explain it to a lot of people, like, you know, because I bring a lot of the culture to the MLS. So that's like my thing. I bring all my connections from hip hop and radio that I've had built over the last 20 years, and I infuse it into the MLS. But, you know, when I first talk to some people, they'll be like, man, if I don't like soccer. I'm like, bro, it's not about that. You got to come experience it. So when you get out there, you feel that energy. I don't really know any sports right now that's matching that energy right now.
Yeah, no, it ain't. Not even basketball, football, none of that shit. Like, they really turning up.
Nah, 100%. Sure. And you know, there's a lot of translation from that into music, and there's a lot of different cultures there. Like, what about you as far as sports? Do you see you like aligning your music with any sports or syncing or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm a big basketball fan. So, also football. I'm not really into football. Not like soccer football, but like football, American football. So, but one of my songs is in Madden, and that was really, really dope. So, yeah, I make music that people in sports can listen to and they can get turned to, and they can kind of motivate them to make a certain shot or to go harder on the court, you know. So I definitely, when I make music, I think about athletes and how could they relate to it.
1,000,000%, because they come from the same places we come from. So,
sure.
You know what I mean? And how is it though? Like, you playing Madden and you're hearing your song. Did that shit make you want to play it even more? Like,
yeah,
just
for sure. Yeah, it's dope. Cause it's like, it's crazy. Like, even though I'm not into like football like that, I always play Madden. So like, hearing my song in the game, it's like a different type of love for it. I'm like, damn, that made me want to go harder in the game.
1,000,000%. Yeah, so like, you know, let's talk about you growing up in Michigan, right? So like, how was that? And like, obviously your father definitely influenced you in music, but like, what are some of your other influences there?
Shit, Michigan is, you know, it's completely different from LA. So it's like, you know, you got a lot of time on your hands growing up in Michigan, and it's like, being inspired in Michigan really come from like Pontiac in general. It's just like, well, specifically, it's rough. You know, it's dangerous. You know, a lot of people don't make it to live long. A lot of people don't make it to this point that I'm in. So making it this far was like, almost seemed like unreachable when you're growing up out there. But knowing how dangerous and how I don't know, success ain't really like a thing out there, it make you kind of just want for shit. Like, I used to dream about Hollywood. I'm pretty sure everybody that haven't been to Hollywood dreamed about, oh, I want to walk on the stars and shit like that. So it's kind of just a different type of motivation. So when I come up, it's like, you know, I kind of want to deter from the streets and kind of do it the legal way, and, you know, just really try to inspire the youth to take a different route. So it's like, you know, a lot of my homies, like, they dead or they selling drugs and they doing all types of shit, and it's like, I just ain't want that for myself. And I feel like that's where a lot of my inspiration came from, just seeing how other people living, whether it's on the internet, on TV or whatever. I'm like, damn, I want to live like that. That's where my real inspiration came from, and then the music shit just kind of just fell in my lap.
Yeah, and then you could tell people that really come from them areas because they don't want to go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I see a lot of people that are not actually from that. They get put on and they become like famous or whatever. And then you see them veering over there like, oh, now you want to go there.
Yeah.
So it's like, how important is it to you reaching out to these kids and building them up and showing them a better way?
Very important. That's like, I feel like that's like my main purpose in life, to inspire the youth and show them that you ain't gotta be robbing and killing and doing all this unnecessary shit. That ain't gonna make you no millions. It's different levels to this shit. Like, it ain't $1,000 is a lot when you ain't living a certain way. $10,000 is a whole lot when you ain't living a certain way. When you get to that point, $1,000 ain't shit. You know what I mean? It's different levels to this shit. It go up to the millions. So it's like, I feel like my purpose is to inspire the youth, to show them that, you know, you can make it no matter what circumstances you in. Because I didn't grow up out of money. I grew up on welfare, you know what I mean? You know, the expired food and shit that come in the boxes, like all that shit. So like, I grew up in the struggle. So making it this far is definitely like, I'm a 1%er. But it's a lot of people that can be a 1%er. So I kind of just want to motivate them and show them, you know, you can make it far if you just lock in and deter away from all the distractions and just do what's right. Just work hard, really. That's all it is.
I mean, you're definitely doing it right, bro. Like, you know, even every time I see you, you always got a good aura about you, you know what I'm saying? You're easy to talk to. People can come up to you, you know what I'm saying? Even when we were at the stadium, you was taking pictures with everybody, saying what's up, you know? So it's like, I think that's a big thing for people because, you know, you got people that are aspiring to be more, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I'm 23 or I'm 25, I'm not no role model. But, you know, talking to you, like, I feel like you take that serious, being a role model, you know? As far as the music, you got this record coming on. I know you killing shit right now as far as all these records. Every time you drop, something's going platinum, something's going up through the roof. So this I'm Geeking record, you know what I'm saying? What was the inspiration behind it in making this record?
Really, I was just in the studio just vibing. I like to make vibey music. That's kind of like the shit I've been on lately. Something that you can really kick it to, chill. And, you know, maybe you want to spark something up or just, you know, just vibe and just have a good time. So when I was in the studio, I'm just thinking, oh, I'm geeking. I'm actually geeking in the studio. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, you know, this is a cool little vibe. I heard the beat and it kind of just went. It was one of those easy songs. Like, I tell people all the time, like my biggest record, Moonwalking in Calabasas, that shit took me 25 minutes to make, literally. Like, them is the best songs. Songs that you take 2-3 hours to put together and shit, that shit don't even be it.
Yeah, you be overthinking it too much.
Yeah, and it's like, it's forced at that point. I'm Geeking is one of those songs that was not forced at all. Like, I can show you the lyrics in my notes. I wrote that shit quick as hell.
That's crazy. What's your favorite record, though, that you made of all time? Even if it's something that nobody knows. Like, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song that I've made so far is called Stay in My Circle. Like, it's one of those songs that I kind of just put out, you know what I mean? And I didn't really promote it like that. But definitely, if more people heard it, they'd be like, damn, this shit vibe. Like, it's like really a vibe song. Like, I love it. It's one of those feel-good joints. So that's kind of like one of my favorite songs that I ever made. I got a lot of favorites, but that's probably like my one that if I put it on, no matter where I'm at, no matter where I'm driving to, that's it feel good.
And that's a song you did early in your career, or when did you make that?
I made that maybe like a year ago, I believe. I put it on my last album, but even before that, I released it, just put it out, and then I just kind of just threw it on my album. But I never really like promoted it like that. But it's one of those songs, like, if you listen to me, then you heard it and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, facts. So, like, I see the transition from where you started to where you at now, but where you taking this? Like,
I'm trying to take it to the top, man. Like, I ain't trying to just be no underground artist and all that bullshit that people be trying to claim. Like, I want to take it to the top. I want to make the biggest dollars. I want to sell out the biggest venues. I want to put the biggest numbers up. And, you know, even the biggest in the game right now, these people been in the game for 10, 15 years. You know, I only got about 4 or 5 on me, so I got a little minute before I can make that happen. And, you know, I'm super duper passionate about music, and I don't see myself quitting anytime soon.
100%. You know what I mean? So we out here, we supporting you. So anybody out here trying to check for you, where can they find you, man?
All social media. I'm always on the net, man. You know, type in DDG and I'm gonna pop right up. Whether it's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all that.
You already know what it is. Heavy hitter DJ Infrared. Go check for my man DDG on all them platforms. Talk to him. He's gonna talk back. You know what we doing, baby. Live from LA. Shade 45.